live. I have about, 15 minutes now. I couldn't get the stream to load for the StreamYard, so I just went live on this thing. And yeah, that's all. Craziness, and more craziness, and more craziness, and more craziness happening, going on. It just keeps getting more interesting by the day. All right. Don't forget, Trump to be sentenced for conviction in New York, hush money case before inauguration. All right. It says, before the president-elect Donald Trump returns to the White House, he will return to the courthouse. A New York judge ruled on Friday. So the show keeps on going on. What's good, Fakest Michael? Realist News. What's good, Mariana S? What's up? So, yep, January 10th. 10 days before his inauguration. So don't forget about that. You know? And then you know, these same things, these attacks that I've been telling y'all was gonna happen for so long, just keeps getting more interesting by the day. I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy. It says New Orleans terror suspect. Listen to this. This is the latest. Terror attack suspect used explosive compound never used in U.S. Europe attacks before. NBC. I mean, this is, y'all better be paying attention to this stuff. You know, y'all better be paying attention to this stuff. Federal investigators have confirmed that New Orleans terror suspect used a type. Oh, and they also deleted my Cybertruck video. They said it was copyright. Stupid copyrights. You know, the copyright stuff is just so we can't share information. Unbelievable. Like who has copyrighted? They got the video from somewhere, but they copyrighted it. That didn't make any sense. Stupid. But use a type of bomb that has never been used in an attack in the United States or Europe. All right. Very rare explosive compound. Wow, they know all this stuff, huh? Investigators are trying to find out how the suspect could have known how to create the homemade explosive. Well, it's easy when you're, you know, when it's ran and done by the CIA, you know, the government. It's easy. I mean, this story, a good thing, you know, even the sheep are questioning it. You know, the sheep flock that we call them, they're questioning it. But according to the news, it is extremely concerning and would lead me to believe that it is not acted alone. They got to keep telling you, he definitely didn't act alone. He didn't act alone. He didn't act alone. To fit the plot that they have planned, 100% planned. All right. So it's going to be a lot more of this stuff. Even though he didn't blow anything up, they're just telling you there's going to be others that are going to be blowing stuff up. All right. It's amazing how the FBI knows so much information except for how to actually catch the person before they do it. All right. And then some other guy, yeah, y'all didn't hear about this, but he was on a terror, I don't know if y'all heard about this, but he was on the terror watch list, flew to Tehran or whatever, then flew right to Houston, got stopped by the FBI or whatever, terrorism fucking investigators, And then they said, oh, he's no risk. Let him go. Put him on entry parole. And lo and behold, he gets caught trying to assassinate Donald Trump and other political figures, so they say. So again, hey, I've been telling y'all what is going to happen to a T for the longest. All right? With no numbers, none of that shit. All right? But for some reason, the FBI knows everything about everything before it happens. They could put together, they find boogers on the wall. Like, they can find everything, every nook and cranny, look everywhere. They've already literally. But can't seem to capture them before, Unbelievable. It's wild how they just paint these stories when you know damn well they know everywhere that truck has been, okay? Everywhere. They know everywhere, wherever. They know it all, okay? There ain't no hiding from that. So, that's how they do it, man. That's how they slow drip everything into it, It's crazy, man. This is how they do it, man. But yeah, so they're telling you he's got explosives that nobody has ever seen in Europe and United States. So they're telling you there's going to be attacks in Europe. Just like I told you, there are going to be simultaneous attacks, sporadic attacks all across the world for a global terrorism lockdown, and all the nations need to come together to what? Stop terrorism, right? That's what they got to do. Stop terrorism. Muslim sympathizers, this is what they're going to run. This is how they get digital IDs. This is how they get full out lockdowns. This is how they get full surveillance. They've already armed up all the airports with military, right? Cops with AR-15s through all the airports. So that's been a common mind tactic, getting people used to that. It's been doing it in Houston, Atlanta, New York City, Florida, and many other places. So we're just prepping, getting you ready, man. To a T. That's what they're going to do. That's the lockdown. That is your lockdown, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to kill some time real quick. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. These stories just keep coming. But yeah, that's the latest. So, driver who exploded Cybertruck in Vegas railed about political grievances and domestic issues before suicide, right? A Bronze Star recipient who exploded a Tesla Cybertruck outside the Trump International Hotel. Notice they're all ex-military. They want to demonize ex-military because a lot of ex-military and former military are preppers, are ones who are going to take a stand. And we already know they need to create an American terrorist. Therefore, they can put all these people away, lock them up, hold them until they deem them not a threat, and, weaken these organizations that are ex-military, ex-law enforcement, stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if you see an ex-law enforcement officer, Just go up and, got all these political issues, but goes and offs himself in front of Trump Tower. When does this stuff begin to start to make any sense? Because it makes zero sense. There's no logic to it. If you're that strong in some kind of belief, you're going to just off yourself for no reason in a Cybertruck in front of Trump Tower in Las Vegas. Unbelievable. And it said in his writings, the driver of the Cybertruck said the incident was intended not as a terrorist attack. What? So he wrote that in his suicide note, this is not a terrorist attack. Like, come on, man. But rather a wake-up call. Oh, wake up, everybody. According to the police, he wrote in a letter recovered by investigators. Magically, it must have been made a 9/11 paper again, because magically that whole Tesla burned to shreds. But they found, unless they found it somewhere else, who knows? They paint the whole picture, right? I mean, this just gets better as the days go on, Unbelievable stories, right? According to police, he wrote in a letter recovered by investigators, Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence, and fireworks and explosives were the best way to get his point across. That wrote that he needed to cleanse his mind of the brothers I've lost and relieve himself of the burden of the lives I took. Oh, that goes in with the Palestinian sympathizers, right? The anti-war. Oh, right? He said the U.S. was terminally ill and is headed towards collapse. Oh my God. Sounds like, all of us. Good, J. True. I mean, can you believe this? Like, they are right. My bad. So he expressed himself so much. Sense. The Cybertruck was detonated outside of Trump International Hotel in Vegas. Livel's Burger, unbelievable. 30 of Colorado died in the incident. Well, one thing from Colorado, and it is what it is. You from Colorado, right? Oh wait, my bad. Authorities on Friday said his identity had been confirmed through tattoos and DNA from relatives. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Spencer Evans, the special agent in charge of the FBI's Las Vegas division, said the incident appeared to be a tragic case of suicide involving a heavy... My bad. What's good, Ryan Thompson? My bad, it cut off on me for a second there. Lost you guys. Damn, can y'all hear me? Sorry about that. I've probably been going on and didn't even know y'all couldn't hear me. But this is getting a thumbs up if you're near me. In and out, my bad. YouTube's always the worst connections. My bad, it got all choppied up, so I don't know. Whatever I was saying, just go look at the damn news stories of this crap and read through it. It's just mind-blowing what they're feeding us and telling us the exact scenario. To a T. Everything is happening to a T. But that's how they're going to do it, guys. They're going to do attacks, terror attacks everywhere. New president coming in, everybody's there, he's going to destroy it. There's going to be attacks everywhere. And due to violence and never knowing where it's going to pop up, like I've been telling y'all for a long time now, this is going to create lockdowns, and people will accept these lockdowns, accept the police state, accept being tracked, accept being monitored, as long as they are safe from these evil terrorists. They convinced a lot of people to go in and inject their body with something. So goddamn it, damn well they don't care anything about more security, you're talking almost, you're talking about a 90%, yes, please give me more security rate so I can indulge in my American, my United States citizenized mentality and move freely and be a part of society. And, I want everything, I want everybody, I don't care, as long as I'm safe, as long as we can go to work and school and go out to eat and watch football, please. For the love of God, guys, comply. And then they'll be doing what? Well, this guy's giving everyone a hard time. We got to dial the snitch number. They're going to have snitch numbers for people who just ain't going to be about all that. They're going to have a 1-800-TEL-ON-HIM number. 1-800-report that person that is not complying and being compliant with all the new security regulations, because he may be one of those. And they will convince you that that person may be one of those, because that's suspicious if you don't want to comply. Why wouldn't you want to comply if you're not doing anything? How long they been doing this and saying that? Well, if you ain't doing nothing, you shouldn't be worried about anything. And they're going to use patriot type people, freedom loving people, Palestinian loving people, church Christians. Everybody is going to be lumped in with this, because it's going to be everything. They're not going to leave any stone unturned. They're going to be a football loving dad that loves to go out and, be at the soccer games and football games and baseball games and tennis games and bowling alley games and wrestling matches. They're going to hit us all angles. And anybody can be a suspect. That's what they got. That's how they're going to do it. Just keep watching. 100%, that's how they're doing it. 100%. So, we'll see. Pretty crazy stuff, man. I can't believe these stories, man. Like, why don't they talk about the victims? Why is it always about the guy and what he did? And think about it. You hear the other stories, a tragedy happens, boom. Okay, something happens, boom. Something happens in Rochester, something happens in Chicago. Okay, yeah, J-Rock was this, and he was a good member. He was trying, he was doing this, he was doing that, he was doing that. Boom, 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 boom. They don't sit there and talk about the damn murder suspect and the weapon, and did he have a man, what he believed in, what rap music he listened to, what, Chick-fil-A's he visited, and, all that other good stuff, There was a guy just in Rochester, he literally, it's crazy, in Brighton, New York, which borderline Rochester, he just, somebody, I just caught it, I didn't know if it was he or she, but it was a domestic abuse. 2 parents are dead and the child is dead. So one parent shot the other parent, then shot the kid, or shot the kid, and then the parent, then themselves. Real sick, twisted story. Now, you're going to hear all about the victims and all that stuff, and, this and that, and this and that, and this and that, but you're not going to hear in detail about, what the person's motive, no. That's how these are psychological operations, man. These are, because they just, what about the victims, man? They try to throw it in there. They try to do all that stuff, but what about the victims and, all that other good stuff and everything in between, No, it's all about this person. Why? Because they going to paint that picture. That's what they're doing, to a T. So, yeah, man. But yeah, man, Ryan Thomas, anybody else who watches this later, J True, that's what's good. Who else was on here? Mariana S. Good. Shout out to all you guys. But yeah, I just want to do a quick stream real quick. So much love to you guys, and keep watching. So peace and love, y'all.